Okay, we are here at the Egypt Valley Country Club, and I am joined by Kelvin Provost, Dr. Noah Toly. And what a great day to play golf, first and foremost. I think this is probably your first time playing in this outing. Am I right on that?
Yes, this is my first Calvin golf outing, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're excited about some of the new sports offerings and also just the excitement of Kelvin athletics in general. You talked quite a bit in some of these presentations about the success of Kelvin athletics over the years, and now we're adding football, women's acrobatics and tumbling, and men's volleyball. A lot of excitement. Just your thoughts on all of that.
Well, first of all, Jeff, we're really excited about everything Calvin's already doing in
Yep.
athletics. Really proud of its achievements over these many years. I'd say Calvin has the best Division III sports program among Christian colleges and universities in the country, and we're only building on that.
Yeah.
We're adding to it. So with acrobatics and tumbling, men's volleyball, and football, we're adding three sports that can bring student athletes in who aren't already coming to Calvin, add to that great success, and also capitalize on a department that's incredibly healthy, incredibly competitive, incredibly well resourced. We're excited about it.
Yeah. Well, and there's some building projects that are going on underway. I mean, what can you tell us about that and what we're trying to do as a university with the outdoor facilities that we're trying to put together?
Sure. We have probably the best indoor athletics facilities in Division III in the country. If you look at swim and dive, if you look at the arena, if you look at the outdoor athletics facilities, they need to come up to that standard. And we're really excited about what we're doing in that area. We're going to bring our outdoor athletics complex up to that standard with a new two fields, soccer, men's and women's soccer, men's and women's lacrosse, football, playing on two different turf fields with stadiums. It'll be in three different phases. And the first phase will be done by this coming fall. We'll play soccer on a new turf field, and we're excited about that. We've also got a track going in on the other side of the Beltline at Gainey, and we're excited to give them a new home for track and throws.
Well, you talked about lacrosse, and you not only played football, but also lacrosse at Wheaton back in the day. It's important to have on-campus facilities, isn't it? I mean, this past year, because of the construction and that type of thing, the lacrosse teams were a little bit nomadic, having to play off-campus for quote-unquote home games. But being on campus to not only play, but to have the community out there and cheer you on, it's important, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. We need to be playing on our campus at Calvin with all of our sports as soon as possible. There are lots of reasons that we have teams displaced for a short period, playing off campus a little bit. But when we launch a new program like
Yep.
football, we don't just mean to gain the enrollment wins that we can on that. We don't just mean to build on Calvin's long history of athletic excellence. We mean to capitalize on it for the student experience, for
Right.
everyone.
Right.
And if we're going to build a campus culture around football, around men's, women's soccer, men's, women's lacrosse, that's really exciting, we've got to be doing it right there on campus.
Well, we just released the Kelvin football schedule, which for 2024 will be off campus, but the plan is to be on campus. And it's really created a lot of buzz. I was just talking to Mike LeFaber, our advancement officer, and he's got friends and alumni that are planning to come from out of state for that first home game because it's such a historic event. People are talking about the first ever Kelvin Hope football game, which is November 9, 2024. Just talk a little bit about having football there, and it's an event and alumni, coming back or supporters or whatnot. It's pretty important, isn't it?
Absolutely. We're looking forward to having alumni, to having strong community engagement, folks from the local community coming out, folks from local feeder schools and other high school teams coming to the games. I remember that the night we announced this, word is that it was all the buzz on the high school football buses after their games as they were coming back. All those kids, all those students will be out. All their parents, their coaches will be coming out for the games. So we're very excited for what Coach Fig and his team are building.
Well, you and I are kind of kindred spirits in that we are football parents because you've got a son or sons that have played football, and I've got one as well. So what's it like to be, I can kind of talk about it from my standpoint, but being a football parent, there's kind of like a little bit of excitement that goes along with it and a lot of support that has to come along the way, right?
Oh, absolutely. We've got son, who's a 10th grader, he's at Grand Rapids Christian, as you know, plays safety and slot receiver,
Yep.
and then gets in a lot of work on special teams. And it's been fun to just embrace the rhythm
Yep.
of football. Lots of sports bring, 2 or 3 games a week sometimes. Football brings one, as you know.
Right.
And a great rhythm comes with that for athletes, parents, for the broader community. Everybody knows it's Friday night.
Absolutely.
Everybody will know it's Saturday at Calvin.
Yep. Well, one thing I wanted to touch on, and you had this as a personal experience, the student athlete. And sometimes there's that stereotype that, the athlete is just an athlete and there's not much of the academic side. But at Calvin, there's a lot of academic excellence that comes with the teams. I mean, I think last year we had 13 of our teams on the MIAA team GPA list for having a cumulative 3.3 or above. Being a student athlete, you can speak to it from your own experience. It does kind of give you that rhythm where you balance everything out, and it keeps you on task, doesn't it? And I think that's the key and case here for Calvin student athletes.
Yeah, it keeps you on task. It builds community, gives you a home. Is one more thing that supports our retention and student success efforts in lots of cases. And our Calvin student athletes have an average GPA 0.2 grade points higher than the rest of the population. They're working hard, and the kind of excellence that they expect on the court or on the field translates into the classroom.
Yeah, absolutely. Wanted to talk a little bit about men's volleyball and the women's acrobatics and tumbling. I talked to both head coaches last week for a piece that'll be in the Alumni Magazine coming up. Men's volleyball is going to go right into a varsity season next year. They'll have home matches beginning in late January. They're in a league. They could get to the NCAA tournament theoretically. So that's kind of exciting and something that people can come out. And I think acrobatics and tumbling will be in a little bit of a exhibition phase next year until they get the full complement of the roster. But boy, both of those programs are picking up steam right now from talking to those coaches.
Yeah, I just ran into both of them as I walked over here. It was exciting to see them. And in fact, they came up in the town hall earlier that we just offered for Calvin employees. They're doing good work, just like our football coaches are, to recruit great classes that are great fits to Calvin. And we expect that they're going to be competitive and exciting teams to watch.
Sure. Well, and maybe a final question. Some folks out there might not know this, but as the provost, you kind of oversee the athletics program as part of Calvin's, cabinet office assignment. So, just your thoughts on that. I mean, being a student athlete yourself at the Division III level, it's probably something that you enjoy, even though it's quite a bit of work.
I do enjoy it. It's one of my favorite parts of the job. It's a change of pace. I love faculty committee work.
Yeah.
I love faculty senate work. It's fantastic to work on curriculum and academic programs. It's also great to shift gears every so often and head over to the athletic department, learn more about what's going on there, and indulge myself a little bit. Like you said, I'm a former Division III athlete. Career didn't last very long. I shattered my ankle, couldn't keep playing, but stayed with the team and in a work role. I was actually analyzing film for the football team for a while. I learned more doing that than playing, actually. And I'm excited about what our whole department's doing. And when I get over there, I get a chance to be energized in my work.
Absolutely. Well, we're energized about what's coming up ahead for Calvin Athletics. And Dr. Toly, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Jeff.
All right.